My first memory was the day that we come to look at the church and we walked in the dorm, and for the first time I smelled fuel oil. The fuel oil furnaces had an impression on my mind because it was a new church in the new church building, and I was excited about getting to come to Ashland. It was probably the day that Mrs. Michael passed away. I had just talked to her at the back of the church, and she was always joking, and it was like listening to the choir here on earth, and the next thing she's listening to the choir in heaven. It seems like that's the song that we were singing was, "He never has failed me yet. I've proven him to what he says he will do, and he never." And she just went to sleep actually. And he said, "Well, we like for you to be on the radio." And I said, "Well, I don't like radio preachers." I said, "But maybe we could do something like a gospel music show." And so that's what we opted for. And we started with it, and it went on until just a couple years ago. I went into the radio station. I DJ'd it live until I retired. It was on Sunday morning, usually from 7:30 to 8:30. I usually talk a little bit about the song that was played. I just like soul and gospel music, basically. All right. But I was going to the Statesmen and the old gospel groups, quartet singing, the Goodmans, the Happy Goodman family. I like those, yes. And those were probably my favorite groups, the Statesmen and the Happy Goodman family and the Spear family. After 36 years, I don't know that I had a formula. Usually I would begin to pray and try to get God's direction as to what he would like for me to do for the following week, and then do some reading and kind of put some points together. I used just a basic little outline, and I kind of ad-libbed, I guess. And I think us older people have a different viewpoint than what the younger people have, and it's changed quite a bit than what it used to be. And I feel sometimes like we neglect some of the great old hymns that Fanny Crosby wrote and George Beverly Shea, and the old hymns that have some real theological meaning to them. And I feel like that some of the choruses or songs that we use now are not as meaningful as some of those old hymns. But that's just coming from an old man. I think a lot of people feel that way too. That used to be the way you learned the theology almost, you know? I guess the two important books in my library was my Bible and my hymns. Because like I said, I like to try to match the service songs to the message that I was going to bring. But she was wonderful at putting Bible school together. The Bible schools that she had were wonderful. She did a good job. We were more or less a team. Yeah. So you did Bible school every summer?
Every summer
For a week?
during the day.
Right. You know, that was back in the old days. Did you get a pile of kids? We usually run a big Bible school, usually around the Humble kids, as I recall. I'd like to see them hold to the values that the church has set, the denominational values that we hold there that makes us different from a lot of other denominations. You think they'll make it another 100? They'll make it another 100. The Lord tires his return. Wishing the church family a happy 100th anniversary.